Welcome viewers. Selena Gomez wasn't sure she was ready to tell this story. Moreover, if you are new to my channel, please take a second of your time to hit the red subscribe button and turn on the notification for more updates. Selena Gomez has a lot of baggage. She says this is actually literally and figuratively, and she says it while I am rolling my very own literal baggage throughout the threshold of her Los Angeles home, having first rolled it previous the safety gate, then up the verdant hill, then alongside the glimmering pool, earlier than depositing it in a type of glam room with a flowery rug, and a view of the patio through open glass doors. By this point, I might also be perspiring a bit. Gomez hugs me anyway, then scurries off down a hallway to confer with a younger girl about the air conditioning. When she returns, she plops into a white leather-based salon-style chair and launches into a story of how, simply prior to my arrival, she'd been ingesting an acai bowl solely to recognize that my complete face used to be purple. The established vibe right here is clear. We are human. We perspire. We get meals caught to our faces. We have baggage. Welcome. For whilst now, one may want to say this has been a signature of Gomez's appeal, this kind of wide-armed include of the human condition. Her latest albums span an emotional register that starts at personal and ends someplace round crushingly confessional songs she says arrive by some alchemy of emotional messiness, Chinese takeout, and serious dishing. One day I walk in, and the producers have been like, "How are you?" And I was once like, "I desire a boyfriend." They have been like, "Oh, need to we write about that?" I was once like, "Yeah." And that's the entire song. I choose a boyfriend, she says of boyfriend, to stand out on 2020's all-around excellent Rare, an album that continues a years-long streak of dealing with her emotions amid irresistible pop hooks. Then there's her acting, in particular her capacity to floor something venture she's in, imparting a dollop of decency in the ethical morass of Spring Breakers, offering a clear clarification of artificial CDOs in The Big Short, being the sardonic, laconic foil to Steve Martin and Martin Short's comedy Fizz Iron and NBSP Only Murders in the Building. Her comedic downplaying and searching at us like we have been two insane historic eyes, was once so flawlessly timed, says Short. She has, 18 billion Instagram followers, due to the fact human beings be aware of that she's authentic. And they be aware she's now not afraid to open up and say, "I am as hanging on by a thread as all of us else." Most large stars don't sense that they must do that. Her energy is her honesty. It truly used to be on her pandemic cooking show, Selena Plus Chef, a grasp classification and self-deprecation in which, at a range of moments, she almost severs her fingers with a rainbow-hued knife, gags while slicing an octopus, and pulls something aflame out of the oven, with a peer of sheer horror on her face. Speaking of gagging, her Splendor line, Rare, is one of the few purporting to embrace internal beauty that doesn't set off that reflex, in phase, due to the fact of its inclusivity. There are, famously, 48 colorations of foundation, and in section due to the fact a component of its proceeds go towards efforts to supply underserved communities with get entry to mental health services. Which brings us to the complete baggage thing. And here, it's challenging to understand the place to start. Maybe with the prognosis of the autoimmune ailment lupus, which is prompted through stress and necessitated Gomez getting a kidney transplant in 2017, after which the organ managed to flip itself over, inflicting grievous damage to an artery, and requiring medical doctors to rush her into a 6-hour surgical procedure, all through which she very properly should have died. So that's a lot, even if it weren't paired with a collection of rather publicized breakups with the likes of Justin Bieber and The Weeknd, and analysis of bipolar disorder, which she first shared with the world by means of a 2020 episode of Miley Cyrus's Instagram live show, Bright Minded. Meanwhile, she used to be popping up right here and there to broadcast her hypersensitive reaction to bullshit, to make appeals for kindness and decency, and to rail towards the ills of social media, whilst at one factor racking up greater Instagram followers.